So traders, I want to give you a bit of an explanation on why I see there's going to be a move to the upside initially within these markets. But then, yes, I do believe there's going to be a big stock market crash and there's going to be a meltdown, a really big stock market crash. Yes, a big stock market crash is coming, but I believe this is coming first, and I'll explain the reasons why I believe we're going to see a move to the upside. Let's get straight into it. Don't place a trade based on what you'll see in this video, because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Alrighty, traders. So this is just my opinion. This is what I think and what I see. Okay, so let's actually start off this here. So I want to start off with a good old just technical analysis of what's happening right now on a technical levels, technical analysis level basis of what's happening here. So yes, I believe there's going to be people think that I don't believe there's going to be a stock market crash. I do believe there's going to be a stock market crash, and I do believe it's probably going to be next year though. We're going to see the really big crash. I don't believe it's going to be now, and I'm going to give you a few reasons why. Two big reasons why not yet, but it is coming. Okay, so yes, stock market crash, but two big reasons why it's not yet. And so the first thing is technical levels. Okay, technical analysis is about what's happening right now, not what I think, not what I hope for, or anything like that. Okay, so the first thing I do say is that whenever we are in an upward trend, okay, whenever we're in an upward trend, as you can see, look, low, higher low, higher low, higher low. As long as we're making what? Higher lows, guess who's in control? The buyers. Buyers, high low, high low, high low, high low, and then a higher low, and look at that. And then we actually broke the low. So as soon as we actually broke this low, this is the very first time we actually broke the low. As soon as we broke that low, then guess what? The buyers were no longer in control, right? Meaning that we're no longer in an upward trend. So if we look at the market right now as it is, and not your thoughts and not your opinions, okay, and not what you hope for, but if you look at the market as it is right now, what is going on right now? Actual factual evidence, not, and yes, we could talk about all the other pros and what they're saying and so on and so forth. But yes, there's got to be a stock market crash, but not just yet. And the first reason is if we have a look at technical level, on a technical level basis, we've had a low, a higher low, a higher low, and we're still getting some sort of a high low. So right now as we speak, we are in a slight upward trend and we're pushing higher. That's as we speak right now. Now, yes, over the next couple of days, that can change, and that's what technical analysis is all about. But I'm giving you my two big reasons why we're going to see a move to the upside first before the big stock market crash. And so the very first reason is the black and white is what? Up low, high low. And as you can see here, as long as we continue to make these high lows through here, high low, high low, high low, high high, then guess what? The trend is up. So as long as we stay above 3,800 on the S&P, the trend is like, we may even get a bit of a pullback through here initially, right? And then we're probably likely to completely reverse. As long as we stay above this 3,800 level, then we are in an upward trend and an actual black and white. Who cares what you think, right? It doesn't care what you're hoping for. Right now, we are building an upward trend in the stock market, looking at the S&P 500 here. And so therefore we're seeing a move up. So therefore we are likely to continue up until the lows get broken. Because as I said before, right, as we were making these higher lows all the way up, and this was the very first time we broke a significant low here. And if I take it off the screen, this was what? This high low here was the very first time. We see how we actually broke that low there. That was the very first time that then we started this downward move, right? So right now we have this low through here. So if we do start to break below here, we know that, guess what? Yes, this whole move is now in big trouble and we're going to head down. And I was wrong. Yes, I'll bring up the cake and I'll share the cake with you, okay? So the cake on my face. But actually, it's not really cake on my face, because I'm actually short the stock market right now. Actually, no, I'm short a stock in the stock market. Big difference, right? And I'm short based on my trading strategy. And that very first thing in the description there, guys, you can get free access to the trading course, and I'll teach you all the details about it, right? So that's the first thing I do say there. If we go look at the Nasdaq, look what's happening with the Nasdaq. What is happening with the Nasdaq? Nasdaq is doing what? Complete upward movement now. Now, yes, we may get some downward movement through here, but what is the Nasdaq doing here? It is doing what? We had a low, have a higher low, and now we've got another higher low. So the Nasdaq is what? Factual evidence right now. If you're using technical analysis, the rule number one is what? The trend is your friend until the end. I don't care what your grandpa says. I don't care what Ray Dalio says. I don't care what Stanley Druckerman says. I don't care what the GDP number says. If you're using technical analysis as using for entries, you would know the rule number one is the trend is your friend until the end. And right now, black and white, factual evidence, not ifs, not buts, the trend is up, and you trying to fight that trend, you are going to get run over 9 times out of 10, right? So do not be fighting it. So that's the very first reason I say we're likely to see a big upward move from there, okay? Now, as I said before, guys, even though I believe we're going to see a really big upward move, does not mean I am not going to short individual stocks. Right now, I am actually in a trade right now, and it's actually a short on a individual stock in the stock market, right? So even though I'm believing the market's going to continue going up, doesn't mean we're not going to get some really good shorting opportunities. And because once my system says so, that's right, I have a trading system that get into it, not just, well, I think the market's going to go up, so I'm going to go long. That's where you got it wrong, right? That's where you get it wrong. Just because I think this is going to go up based off the very first 2 reasons I'm giving you right now. The first reason is technical analysis, and the second reason I'll tell you in just a minute. But even though that's the case, I don't just trade based off what I think is going to happen, right? I need a concrete plan of me getting into these markets. So right now, there was a concrete A quality setup on a short opportunity that I got into the trade based off my system on this individual stock. So even though the stock market is bullish right now, I'm actually making money from the downside because this stock has actually been going down all the way down. Now, the next thing I do say when it comes to the stock market is the sentiment, right? Big, massive tops in markets are not created when there's massive negative news and negative sentiment across the stock market. That's not when tops are made. No, tops are not made with that. You guys know that, right? You guys know, when are the major overall tops made? They are made where? At the tops of markets, right? So the very first reason is technical analysis says right now we are black and white in an upward trend, and until that ends, we cannot be bearish this market. The second reason is what? When we actually start to get major bullishness in the markets, right? Major bullishness in the markets, on a sentimental level basis, meaning what most people are saying when the news is talking about it and people are talking about it, right? That's when major tops start to be formed in the markets. Right now, the sentiment is so bearish right now. Everyone's like the negative, right? And you guys know, if you've been around for a while, right now, if I'm looking at the sentiment of what most people are saying, what are most people saying? It's bad, it's news, the GDP, inflation, blah, 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 blah. Right? People are angry, people will get depressed, and so on and so forth. So right now, I'm not seeing most people say, you know what? Oh, no, it's okay. We just need to cool off. We're not even at complacency here, right? Why am I getting margin calls? This dip is taking longer than expected, right? Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Well, we're getting a lot of panic in the markets right now. So I believe we could be seeing, we possibly could be seeing maybe something somewhere through here, maybe. But the purpose of me saying this, guys, is look at this here. If I zoom right in, look, point of maximum financial risk right here, point of maximum financial opportunity down here. Right, and it's where the market cycle is. So market cycles say, because most people right now, the news, the headline, and we all know there's going to be a recession coming. But I honestly, truly believe that due to the sentiment right now, we're not there yet, because everyone's expecting the stock market to crash. So guess what's probably going to happen? We're probably likely to see the stock market rally for a while, And then, yes, I believe we're going to make a new high and have a rally up. But then I believe maybe next year, especially with all these interest rates now coming on pause, probably next year, 2024, yes, then I believe we're going to see a crash. Because then by that time, all the streets going to be like, oh my goodness, stock market, boom, you know, we got out of the recession. And most of you guys are going to be saying, why aren't you long the stock market? Right? That's when I'm going to be short the stock market. So this is a whole big thing here, traders. Two big things, two big factual evidence of what's happening right now, right? Bottoms are made when there's maximum negativity, right? A top in the market is not made when most people are negative, right? That's just not when that's not when tops in the markets form, right? Bottoms in the markets are formed when most people are fearful. Fear, recession, crash. Everyone's so negative. Everyone's so, like, most of my comments in the YouTube section, guess what? You guys are negative, right? Crash. So that tells me there's two reasons why, guys, on a black and white technical level basis, the trend is your friend until the end. And guess what? Once again, what is happening on the S&P 500? We have a low, higher low, and now we're possibly still forming another higher low here. Black and white, the trend is up. That's black and white. And yes, that can change. And then the second reason is most of you guys are so negative that tops are not formed when there's maximum negativity. It's like, oh, now we're at the top, the market's gonna, no. Because what does the stock market do? And you guys, if you guys have been around the stock market for a while, you would know that whatever's been happening, right? Whatever's been, as you know through history, right, is that whatever the most of the public's doing, guess what? The stock market and investment opportunity says that that's probably the best time to get involved with it, right? It's the opposite to what most people think. So therefore, most people right now, the public is saying big crash. Yes, yes, there's a massive stock market crash coming, but these are the two reasons why I see a big boom first. Hey traders, I want to give you free access to my Mastering the Markets trading course. If you go to johnsfreegift.com, here's what you're going to learn in there. You're going to learn the #1 chart reading and trading technique that's been working since the 1950s. You're going to learn the trading boundaries technique that shows you the best and worst time to place a trade. You're going to learn also about price and time phases so you can understand what's going on right now and also what's to come as well too. My #1 powerful short-term income trading system that gets a 90% success rate, the most powerful trading techniques on the planet, the biggest trading mistakes that's stopping you from making an income. You're going to learn all about the super trader formula, plus the 3 secrets to making a full-time income from trading. So this is what I want you to do right now. Go to johnsfreegift.com. Go there right now. Get free access to this trading course. Go get the help. It's 100% free. Go there right now. Go to johnsfreegift.com right now.